Our core values. Yes.
Progress, positivity, productivity.
No, you can't.
Whoa.
Right.
Positivity,
Okay, you know what?
productivity,
This is
commitment,
so
culture,
sad.
and
This is going to be a a $1 bill next week. No,
Right
okay.
here.
What do you did it?
Did I not just say? Yeah, you did.
Persistency is the only core value. All right, well, it looks like unfortunately, we're not yet clear on our core values. So this $5 bill is staying right here.
I know one of them.
But next-
I know one of them.
I should have upped it.
I know one of the core values.
Yes.
Make money.
That's not a core value. This is not about making money. I mean, that will happen, but it's not about that.
Yeah, it's not.
Thank you for,
Put things in
no, it's
place
not. It's
to
about all
make
these other
money.
things that we talk about. They're up here on the walls. I'm gonna keep
Community,
talking about it until we
communication.
eventually understand and truly memorize and like internalize. Next week I'll bring us 20.
Yeah, Simon, yeah.
All right, so just so everyone knows, progress, productivity, positivity. No, I can do it, ready?
Are you
Okay.
looking at the wall?
All right, it's, so there are 3 P's. It's progress,
turn
positivity,
around.
and productivity.
Mhm.
It's 3 C's, community, culture, and commitment.
Ooh.
Right, so let's try it again, and I will request. Okay. Okay, so here's my question for everyone. Thank you. Oh, wow, I would have been like, yeah. My question for you guys is, do you think it's possible to have a 39% conversion rate? Which means that if you talk to 100 people, 39 of them are interacting with you and talking to you for over 60 seconds and agreeing to possible appointments.
Yes. Yes.
I think so too. My next question, what is it worth? And what would it feel like? What would it look like to be able to convert that many leads? How would that change your day-to-day business? That's a good answer. You'd be really busy. Okay, the answer is yes, it is possible. The answer is yes, you can do it. And in order to learn how, my recommendation to do this is to get into a room with 100 other people that are doing it just like you are. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there is a 3-day event in Atlanta. Sync has what they call Sync U, and they do it around the country. This one I like because it's December 7th to 9th, meaning it's kind of like ending 2021. And then like we're starting off with a new year, and a lot of you guys are kind of newer, and now you kind of are understanding Sync a little bit better. You're understanding leads a little bit better. So I think it's a really good time. It's close by, it's not too far. And they have these in Vegas, in California, and all other places, which might be fun, but this is closer, easier to get to. So I actually got us a discount where it's $399 right now, but I think when you book more than 3, it goes down to $299. So the reason why I asked you those questions about what would it feel like and what is it worth, and the reason why I use that number is because at the last Sync U, the conversion event, these other numbers are all like, who cares about total dollar volume? There's 100 people. But what I care about is the conversion rate, which means that the people in the room that sat there and made those calls, that conversion rate means something to me. Because I can take those numbers and I can say, okay, Roni, you go there and you can talk to that many people. I mean, that's a really strong conversion rate. And it's certainly worth $299, right? So I actually spelled out, I put on here what that event will look like. I also want to tell you that I went to a Sync U event. It's a mastermind 3-day event for owners. I went there, I think it was, when was that, Courtney? Like 3 years ago?
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
I went about 3 years ago, and it like significantly changed the course of my life, of this. I know it sounds really dramatic, but it's actually true, right, Court?
Yep.
Yeah. And like the model changed, I learned so much. I made so many good contacts. That's how I met Jeff Cook, who is my current coach. So I can't encourage you guys enough to invest $299 in yourself and go to one of these events. I think again, right now, for all of you that have kind of already started the lead process and understand how it kind of works, it's such a good time. So the way that they have it set up is it's 3 days. The first day you go over your platform and how to use filters. The second day, talking about apps and other kind of Sync tricks. The third day is when you actually get on the phones. So be prepared to actually call. And you're calling in a room with others. And I circled this. This is the best lead conversion training available in the industry. So they're saying that because of how high their conversion rates are.
It was jumping.
the best, I have no idea, but I do know that it works and it's impactful. And I think it's absolutely worth it. So I know Toad, you already booked your whole situation. Is anybody else, I know Roni, you're booking.
Yeah, I'm booking.
Is anybody else maybe considering this? Cool, Sydney, cool, great, yay, awesome. I really strongly recommend it. Maybe you guys get together and figure out, like, I don't know, if there's something that you can do together, but I really recommend it. Huh?
We're just thinking about that.
Okay. This is more information about the event. Doors open at 8. Go plan to leave before 5:15 because each day it's full. They provide lunch, which is pretty cool for such a low cost, right? Anyway, the information. Are you guys all getting emails from the sync training?
Yeah.
If you're not, let me know. Or I actually emailed sync and asked them to confirm it. If you're not getting emails every week about sync training and webinars, let me know or let sync know so they can make sure that you're on that. Oh, the Facebook group, I also recommend. Again, they have a sync owners group that I'm a part of. I get so inspired. I get all these great ideas. So many people doing exactly what you were doing. So if you're not a member of the group, I recommend joining the group. I also want to point out, like, there are people on there asking for role-playing partners and stuff like that. It's, again, really great way to stay inspired and stay motivated. I want to talk about, was it 2 weeks ago now that we had the Tony Robbins event?
Last week.
That was last week. What? So much is happening.
It was last week, my friend.
I don't think it's been.
What did you guys think of it?
It's 6 days.
Oh my God, that was so annoying. Oh, sorry. Oh, you're right, sorry. Thank you. That was wonderful.
Right, not this one. This one couldn't you.
No, it was great, but it could theoretically be annoying if somebody said my friend every 4 seconds. Oh God, sorry. Anyway, what I took out of that.
Tony Robbins accepted.
I'm totally getting sued. Okay, so what I took out of that, and I hope you guys all took a little like nugget out of it, is the idea of empowering you, which it's something that I think we already do. But I want you guys to always feel empowered. I don't want you ever feeling like you're being limited or having a limited kind of mindset. From the empowered mindset place, I also want to make sure that you guys know how much that is what we're trying to do. So don't ever feel like you're being restricted or limited. We talked about this in our newbie Q&A. And I want to make sure I talk about it again and really emphasize the message that when we create things like the Jack Pond or, how many calls you should be making, we're not doing that to limit you. We're doing that to empower you because we know that those things work, right? It's also something that if there's ever any sort of a customization that you need, we're open to it, right? It's part of the benefit of being in an organization that's still boutique, right? It is not a rigid goal. So understand our goal of empowering you. Your leaders are here to empower you. Courtney's here to empower you. So just understand that's where we're coming from. If it ever doesn't feel that way, you can let us know and we'll make that change because that's not the goal. Does anyone know what these letters stand for?
International sales.
Yes, so that's right. What do you guys think about an inside sales agent associate? Yeah, well, so here's the deal.
Like, I know, like.
We tried. We did? Oh yeah, we did with Squad Boys, yes. Okay, so we're trying to guess. So. So testing, 1, 2, 3. What I'm gonna do is that we are gonna try, we're gonna do a trial ISA program. So I believe in ISAs, and what ISAs do is they are associates that are calling in our database with the goal of helping set appointments for you, the agents. So I'm not sure what the program will look like. We're kind of doing a trial program. Victor is doing our ISA calls a couple hours a day to make some connections, have some quality conversations, and kind of like tee it up for you. So yesterday was his first day. I'm really impressed. He had about four appointments / quality conversations. And so the reason why it's so important that you guys know about this is, first of all, it's something that I want to work on developing more and having more ISAs to make it even easier for you. But you are going to feel it, because what's going to happen is Courtney is going to review the notes as far as what the needs are of this person. And then we're going to try to match it to the agent that's best suited, based on where you work, based on how well you communicate, based on whatever information that we know about you. We're going to try and assign it over to you. So if you see a note in there from Victor where he has, quality information in there, first of all, you can feel free to reach out to him, because maybe he can tell you more about that conversation. But at least you understand that when you're calling, when Victor calls, he's saying, I'm the concierge, right? He's saying, hey, Roni, how was your experience? I want to make sure you have the right agent working with you. What area do you want to buy in? That's the kind of thing that he's trying to get information on. His goal is not to spend an hour on the phone with him. His goal is to get the information quickly and pass it off to you. Find out a little bit about if they're ready or not. Right now, he is focusing on the attempted status. I can't remember the number, but it was like
5,764.
holy moly. So it's about 6,000 leads that have requested information we haven't reached, right? And so it's a really great place to start. And we've already are seeing results just from one day. So I think that's really exciting. I think that's something that I will continue to kind of like build out, whether we have more ISAs, but it's kind of like the start of that program. And so it's important that you guys know, because Courtney is going to be following it. And what I mean by that is, so if, let's assume Victor has a great conversation, it goes to you, Roni, Courtney is going to put a reminder to make sure next week that you're on top of it and kind of to follow that process, which we try to do anyway. But that way we will have some data to be able to help us build the program out and figure out how many more ISAs do we need? How does it work for you? What does it feel like? So the more that you can do your job in the sense of like put your notes in and communicate with us, the better, right? So if you talk to a lead that said something different than what Victor said, like that kind of information we want to know about to help us better understand the ISA program.
I have to say that one of my very good clients and friends now came from Melissa, used to be on ISA.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
And Monica, my client, is still my good friend now. That's how I.
Okay, so that was what, like 6 years ago?
I know.
It was like 5 or 6 years ago.
She is scheduled appointment.
Yeah.
I met her at town hall and.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we've done it with Melissa, and then we tried it with we outsourced it to Squad Voice. That didn't really work so well. And I might outsource it too, but for now we're trying this out. And to go back to what you were saying, Maria, when Melissa was doing it, similar to what Victor is doing, the goal is for us to get an appointment for you. So what time is best for us to talk to you? How's tomorrow at noon? I'm going to have Roni call you tomorrow at noon. That's kind of an appointment, or to set the appointment at the property, or just to get more information so that when you call, you have a little bit of data to call with. Maybe you know a little bit more, so that first statement that you make to them is a little more engaging because you have information to work with, right? So that's the point of this program. Help us kind of build it out and see if it works. I think it's a really great way. As you guys know, I want you guys selling, right? I don't want you on the phones. I want you in the field. But in order to get to the field, you have to get on the phones. So this might be able to give you even more ability to spend more time just selling, right? Any questions about ISA stuff? Oh, so the membership invoices, I think they went out already. She's sending out another. Did you not get them? Okay, nobody got them. I thought that was weird because
I got one.
You did?
No, I didn't get it.
Wait, what? Yes or no?
I did get it.
Oh, you did. All right. Well, I don't know why you didn't get it, but they're going out. Again, they're due on November 1st.
Sure.
So what we'll do is just just click through. If you have questions, that's kind of Bridget's project. So reach out to her if you have questions about it. But the way it'll work is there'll be a link to an invoice on Square, and you can type in a card and just click like recurring, so you don't have to do it every month. But that's going out. And I want to talk and reiterate all the value that you get for that kind of very small amount. We have completed our monthly communication. This is a sample of what will be sent out. Oh, cool. What's that? Oh, so these are samples of the monthly communications. So remember, the goal of this new kind of program is to automate, because we know that the more they hear from you, the better. I don't want you guys to think about it. I want you guys to just know that a lead in your name is going to hear from you, wishing them a happy new year or happy Valentine's Day or whatever else, right? So if you want to see the samples, they're all here. We worked really hard on this. Desiree did a great job. So this one kind of reminds them, it has a little header with the image and it actually has some information from you. That's very non-descript, just something very simple. This one says, hi, Memorial Day is a day, celebrate, and it reminds them that if they're a veteran, they get the transaction fees waived for them. Okay, so they get those. That will start November 1st. I think the first one is the Happy Thanksgiving. Nope.
If there's a,
You do nothing. We'll take care of it for you.
so we don't have to click on that button, it's on there, they just say it.
No, we do it for you. Yeah. That the whole goal, Michael, is so that you don't have to even think about it. It's
Right.
done for you.
Will be sent to the individuals.
I think so. I can't remember. Yes, I think so. If you have any questions about that, like that's why if you guys haven't said hello to Desiree sitting in the front, say hello to her. But she's the one doing all of that. I think if you want it, we'll do it for you. Otherwise, we won't.
Okay.
Because we don't want to overstep and send communication out to your people. If you want us to, just let us know and we'll easily put it on those as well. So you have the monthly emails that are going out to your leads starting November 1st. You also have the market report. So this is the Valentine's Day one. Okay, so I'm a lead in the system and I get my monthly market reports and I love them. And I'm in real estate, I mean, I'm the broker, right? And I still look at these. And so I'm telling you that because I think it's a really nice tool that you guys are all sending out to leads in your name. So any lead in your name will get a report for whatever city they have saved or where their search is. This is a sample of the Boca Raton one, and it shows you the average price of homes.
So are those together or they're separate? How they gonna be sent?
So that's a separate communication. It's not the same as the monthly communication is separate, wishing them whatever a happy holiday is. And then there's a separate report that is a market report.
So one will be at the beginning of the month and the other one.
It goes out every 30 days from when they registered or when you registered them on the site, or when you, if it's your personal lead, if you put the label, it'll trigger it. But if they're a lead that comes into the system, you do not need to put a label on it. It automatically starts for them and they get it in 30 days. And then every 30 days after that. So it could be any day of the month.
So market reports, monthly emails, yes.
No, all of them are double. Boca Community High, and Boca Community, West Boca Community, West Boca High.
Oh, what happened here? Oh, I know. Okay, so I had a situation where a friend of mine asked me to help look at a property, and in that kind of interaction, I had this experience that I wanted to kind of remind you guys if you're not already doing. So what happened was the friend of mine asked me to email him some properties, which I did, and he wanted me to help him make offers, whatever. One of the properties that was in that first email said sold or under contract. And when I told him that, it seemed to like change something, like something triggered, and all of a sudden he had this like urgency. Because it was kind of like he realized that you snooze, you lose. And so I want to remind you guys, especially with leads, let's assume you apply, you have a great conversation with the lead, and they say, okay, Matt, email me properties in Boca, whatever. And you send 10 properties. And then you call and you text and they don't respond to you. Another great way to be a salesperson, because remember, we are selling, is to say, hey, of these 10 properties, just want to let you know that all 4 of them are already sold. Because all of a sudden it's this like the human nature to kind of like want what others have. So 4 other people bought those homes. That person's thinking, well, maybe I should have. Maybe what are they getting that I'm not, type of thing.
Fear of loss.
Fear of loss.
Yeah.
So if you are sending properties to leads, or if you have a lead that isn't like pulling the trigger, like you're showing them homes and are not really doing anything, use that tactic, telling them that other properties have sold and see if it creates something different in them. Does anybody do that already? Does it work, Matt?
Yeah, honestly, like a lot of times what I'll do is I'll throw in like something already like pending
Yeah,
with the properties I send them.
that's
So that
cool.
way, and I'll be like, hey, just wanted to give you a heads up, like these properties are in this neighborhood and they were in contract for 2 days. So that way, like if there's properties that they like and the neighbors are just partners listening, then it's like, okay, we better get this fast.
I love that idea. So that's a great way. Instead of telling somebody, oh, by the way, if you like any of these homes, we have to act fast. You can do that, or you can show them proof. Instead of saying we have to act fast, you can say, look at these 3 homes below. They all sold in 3 days. That's a little bit more, has a little more impact. Rather than you giving them your opinion, you're actually showing
They
them.
don't feel like you're selling or pushing them.
Right.
Nobody really wants to be pushed.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Especially in this market, there's so many crazy things that are happening, and absolutely buyers don't want to feel pushed. $1 million dinner update. So it's Shayla, Maria, Jonathan, and Anastasia. Yay! We're gonna eat so much. Yanni's so close. Sherry is close. Kyle, you're close too. So like I said, I've been saying every week, last year we had 12 people. The goal this year is to have more. So we still have a while. What month are we in? October?
Well, it's the end of October.
So we have about 30 more days-ish. All you gotta do is get under contract. That's all you gotta do. Any questions on $1 million dinner? Okay,
It's the venue yet?
the venue? I don't know, where should we go?
What?
What?
I think we should book the venue. You better book that now.
Why? We don't know many people. How can I book something?
Let's go to Avalon. I will guess.
As of now, there's like 5 of us, so that's not gonna be very difficult to get to book. Right? I mean, I'm
What
totally open.
What happened last year? Didn't,
Last year we went,
Lionfish, it got pushed back because we booked so late?
no,
No.
we were totally,
On the day.
no, we had it on the day we were supposed to have it,
Oh.
but thanks for that.
I
What, Marie?
Was it, the restaurant was just recently?
Oh, that was a brand new restaurant last year, yeah.
That's part two.
But if anybody has any like suggestions for where to go, I'm open to it. Okay, as far as where we stand, we're at about just under 96 million. So we're really close to our $120 million goal. I know in October, did we hit our goal? I think we already exceeded our goal. You know,
October?
Yeah.
Yeah, we exceeded it like double.
well, how have we actually closed it though? Because today's what, the 20, so we still have a couple more days.
Yeah.
Oh, just listed. So Kyle, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Where is this? In Plantation?
It's in Plantation, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, condo, first floor, new elevators, newer roof, newer AC, water heater.
All
Have you rented
ages?
right away?
All ages.
You got
No,
washer
you have to wait
dryer?
3 years to rent.
3 years?
Yes.
How do they
You have to
to
wait
start?
3 years?
Washer dryer?
Washer, no washer dryer, 1 on each floor. And reserves, yes, they do have reserves. They updated, like I said, they updated the elevators, the roof, and no one was assessed.
Alright, that's good.
How do they have 10%?
I have the budget uploaded into the MLS. I suggest that maybe have a lender look at it and that way they can give
Yeah,
you the.
makes sense.
There you go.
Cool. Thank you, Kyle. Brody's
Yeah.
got his beautiful new listing. So that, I guess I didn't work with the other guy yesterday.
He's dragging his feet.
I sent him everything. We had a conversation. He actually told me to give him a call at 11:30 today.
Okay,
But I told him, you know, my seller wants it up, so.
cool. So tell us about it. So it's oceanfront, right?
So this is an oceanfront. It's like it's a resort style condo. So the beach. Well,
Can you guys hear him okay back there?
can you hear me? So the pool is actually on the beach side. This unit is on the 11th floor. So there was there used to be a plot of land that had the whole line, so you can see the whole thing, but they just built on that plot. So there's like 6 units. So you're actually way above that. You have 2 balconies, one facing the intercoastal, the other one facing the water. Private elevator goes.
2 balconies, one, so the one that, because didn't you have the buyer in the other unit?
Yeah.
And that didn't have the.
We're on the
No.
6th floor.
He's on the
Same-
6th.
Sixth
Same
floor?
line,
Oh, it
6th
had the
floor.
same balcony
Yeah.
back, okay, cool.
Fortunately, we lost the view though, but a little bit,
Oh, he lost the view because there was a building that was.
because they
around.
just built up there.
No, he still has.
He still has a view, I mean, but it's,
That's just the 11th floor.
Yeah,
So,
that's
so
11th
this is Roni's third listing in the building, the one that you was the second, I think, right?
Yes.
So Kyle brought the buyer in the second one. So if anybody has a buyer, we'd love to have another.
yeah, I mean, it's over 2,500 square feet. Like I said, it has 2 balconies, one facing the intercoastal, the other one facing the water. Is fully furnished, turnkey.
It's offering it
And
fully furnished.
yeah, he's just grabbing the clothes and he's out,
Very cool.
so.
Cool. Thank you, Ronnie. Anybody else have any listings coming up? Didn't you have one,
I
Courtney?
have one coming up. It's a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse in Lantana, like a block from the beach, basically.
You rent right away?
Airbnb?
I'll have to check on the Airbnb, but I believe you can rent right away.
What do you want it for?
260.
Okay.
That's a good price. That's gonna go super fast.
Is it all
Look at
ages?
Airbnb.
All ages.
And can you have pets?
Okay, I'll get back to you on that.
I wonder if it's at a golf club.
But it's just a tiny little, it's almost like a little Melrose place. So it's like this.
Brought it back. I was like,
It's
no.
like this, and they just retained the exterior, so it's really nice, and then there's the pool right in the middle.
And then you
And
overlook
there's
the
parking.
coastal.
No, it doesn't, there's no view of the water or anything, you have to go. It's like it's only 2 stories.
What's the subject of that?
You asked that, I never.
I totally did. I'm hungry. I'm done.
I'm hungry too.
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. I have one coming.
Tell us. Oh, yeah.
The roof needs to be power washed. There's like
That's okay.
a little white roof on it. So,
A white roof.
yeah, it's small. So it's gonna be, it's a 4-3, it's 2363 square feet. It's in West Boca. It's with a hot tub, lake view, gated community.
Wow. What's the community?
Lexington Estates.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's right off of 441 in Palmetto. There's tennis courts, there's a pool, it's heated, but since it's in a road, there will be your playgrounds.
I love it. What's the price?
It's gate guarded, or guarded with a small person. Maybe. 650.
650,
I
nice.
have an open house.
So and when are you guys gonna be listing those?
I'm waiting on them to fix the water fountain in the front.
Okay.
And then to power wash the roof, and then as soon as that's done, I'm gonna list it, so hopefully by the end of this week.
So I might recommend for both of you guys to message the in-office chat with like maybe some information. So that way, for those of us that have interested clients, then what we can do, if you do have somebody that has said anything similar, my recommendation is to call them, even if what they want is different, and say, I've got a listing that isn't on the market yet, it's coming up in a week or 2, just to kind of continue that conversation and get more information out of them.
I have a listing for, I'll just send it to pages, we'll say yes.
Okay.
It's for an investor will be great. She's very, very, very flexible and very, very dirty and disgusting.
At least she's honest. You guys didn't hear that.
Very, very
You guys
dirty and
didn't hear
disgusting.
It's like food, it's like food.
There's food everywhere.
She's handicapped, so she makes a lot of.
Oh, no.
I have a crowd from a client that I love her, and I'm doing this, he goes, it's no, not on there. We talking about, I'm like, no. The place is like full, like, I said, well, when I take pictures, when I clean, no, they can come and take pictures like this, I like it like this, and it's like, full, I mean, you're not.
Oh,
gonna-
my
You're not, but we are, I'm gonna list it for 239, but I know she can take 190, 200, she just wanna leave.
What, well, is it a PLO deal maybe?
I sent it to Anthony, but he, I'm like, if we're not gonna do it, I may do it, so But I'm gonna listen to what you listen.
Okay.
I think it's a good deal. because-
Where is this? What area?
Palm Isle.
Oh.
Those are the villas.
Yeah.
Those are the villas. Everything sells in there.
Where's Palm Isle? Why don't I know? where-
Point and right.
55 plus.
Yeah.
No, another 25 plus. Okay.
The clubhouse is still closed, right? Yeah.
Well, come talk to me about it. I don't know why Anthony didn't say anything, but I want to hear about that one. Okay, let's keep going. Any other listings that anyone wants to talk about? Yes, one.
Waterway Club, 800 square feet, no age restrictions, no rental restrictions. Fully remodeled inside,
Oh, wow.
parking spot right in front, first floor. No washer and dryer unit, there's a pool, and just like the other one in Plantation, you have a washer and dryer. A
Right.
new washer too on every floor. They were just recently assessed, they don't have reserves unfortunately.
Oh, so it's gonna need to be cash.
Yeah, 165,000.
What could it be rented for?
We were reviewing that with Tove, anywhere between what was it, 12 to 14, 16, something like that.
Okay. I mean, that's a good investor deal-ish. It's about 1%. If you can rent, you're looking at 160.
Yeah.
And if you can rent it out for 1,600, that's 1%, which is what that's a really quick way to figure out if the rent versus the price, if it's a decent cap rate. So if it rents out for 1,400, it's a little bit under what you want, but it's not terrible depending on the investor, somebody that wants to just park cash in a property.
Right, exactly. It's right on the intercoastal too.
Oh,
Just
yeah?
a federal. Yeah. So
That's
it's-
awesome. What city is this in?
Lantana.
Lantana, right? Cool.
The listing
One word.
agents, can we put them in as
Waterway
pocket
Club,
listings
right by
to
the
see?
moorings.
Yeah,
Because then we can go through our buckets and find
Yeah.
people, and
I
it
can
just
do
gives
that.
us a
I'm
reason
gonna
to
take
call if
pictures
they're
this
not
week.
in their pocket listings.
This weekend.
Who knows who met?
Yeah, well, what we do is we do it for the listing agent first, right? They get that, and then, meaning they can make those outgoing calls, and if they don't, or if the listing
The
is,
pocket listing allows me to sort through my bucket for buyer match. Those sort through the pond buyer match.
right, it can be both, if it's entered in pop listing, yeah, you're
You
right.
see what I
Yeah, yeah.
said? So these pre-coming ones would
Yes.
be great to, because then.
Yeah, that's a
it'll
really
start
good,
something.
yeah, that's good.
That's what she always does. We do that.
Okay, so Juan and Anastasia and Maria, why don't you, if you guys wanna message Courtney with the address, and we enter it as a pocket listing. What Shayla is saying is that each of you guys as individual agents can go into Sync, click on properties, and then when you go to the property section, you can hit reverse market on those pocket listings.
On your.
Does everyone know how to do that? If not, get with Courtney about that, but that's a great way
Did I
to,
give you the instructions on that? Did I type them?
I don't think so.
you don't wanna do that, do you?
I mean, it's super quick and easy.
It's super quick and easy, but it's also really impactful for you guys. Like if you have a lead that is in your system and you want a good reason to call, then it's a great reason to call. Go into the pocket listing, say, we have a pocket listing coming up. Let me tell you about it. Okay, upcoming events. Juan, thank you for organizing the food drive. So do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So with our partners, JK, we'll be sending down the office chat again. You can just drop your, canned foods, any perishable items here. We'll be collecting that throughout like the second week of November. We'll take it over.
Awesome. So just anything like in an unopened can or.
They have a list of items
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you would like.
I'll send it in the office chat again.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Juan.
Yeah, anytime.
Huh? Yes, yeah.
I mean,
We have a power hour next Thursday hosted by John Pagan. Anything you want to add about John or?
No, I'm not even talking about exactly what he wants to do, but. I just
Okay.
wanted to know.
Courtney, you want to tell us about this?
Okay,
Oh, yeah, we're having our annual Thanksgiving potluck. Where everybody brings an dish, and I'll put together a Google Doc so you can put on the list what you're gonna bring, so we don't have like 3 or 4 green bean casseroles.
We had some really good dishes last year.
I know, it was really cool because people will bring in dishes from like their culture too, so we got to try all kinds of interesting things. Okay.
then boss.
You're making a cheesecake?
That brings sausage and pepper sauce. Thank you.
I love
Yeah, right, sausage and pepper sauce, right?
What did you like last year? You did
Sausage and
peppers.
pepper.
That was really good.
So anyway, and then we'll provide a turkey and a ham.
I don't know, you're asking, I mean.
I can just bring,
Anastasia, you gonna bring that,
I'm just gonna bring liquor this week.
Russian thing that's so like.
No.
Okay.
What is it?
He thinks it looks gross. It's called a shuba, it's called fur coat. So it's like layers of like.
Look it up later.
and-
I'm gonna see if you agree. Look up the description.
Diana's making a
I'll
4-tier
just
cake.
make
I'm gonna make a
fun.
4-tier cake. I'm just kidding. I made one
I was
last
gonna
night.
say, for real?
I made one last night.
Did you?
I did. It was my daughter's birthday and I like did it. You know how sometimes, I don't know if you guys notice, but I'm a little bit like ambitious and I forget. Like, so I get really ambitious with cooking and I choose these like really complicated recipes. So like last night I was like, dinner was at like 6 and it was like 6:30 and I'm like still making the cake.
And I put the wrong dates, so I will fix that and let everybody know, it's on a Tuesday after our meeting, so it's like real easy, we're already here, so.
Thursday's actually.
Sorry, that's-
So do you wanna put it in the calendar?
Yeah.
Or put it out there maybe?
I'll put on the calendar.
Okay, I think that's it. We were gonna do another lending like training session. For those of you guys especially that are newer, we did one recently. I think we have one recorded. So if you need access to it, let us know. But if you need more information, when a client asks you about loan products, these are the types of trainings that you should go to. So we're having this one. I'll let you guys know when the date, or Max was working on this date. And that's really it. Am I that early? It's 11:05. That's amazing.
She's a good.
Cool. Thank you guys so much.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Last night we had that, there was
Yes.
conversation on Slack.
Oh,
about
yes.
The proper time to be calling people.
Yeah.
And when the cutoff was.
Uh-huh.
Just in terms of the law states that you can call from 8 AM to 9 PM,
Okay.
so.
So let's go sit down.
Yeah.
So, yes, if you guys didn't see, we had a conversation last night about what was appropriate. I thought 9, so good for me, I'm in within the law. But apparently there's the law and within law being like the, what law?
I know, I remember
It's a
the call center.
federal law.
Like the federal calling law. Well, this is a little bit different.
You're only allowed to call between certain hours.
Yeah, but understand these are leads that are asking us, that because they're submitting their information, I think the law is a little bit different. They're requesting a call. I agree, right? I'm not saying that it is 8 AM to 9 PM. I also like texting and emailing as well. I like calling at different times, but I'm actually glad you asked that question because I do want to mention Sheila commented about the importance of speed to lead. Speed to lead is like the #1 important factor when it comes to conversion, because it's like proven that leads will work with the first person they talk to, which is part of why we use a switchboard. It's part of why we're always encouraging you to call right away. So with that being said, I actually think the 10 AM cutoff time is really too late. So before I go ahead and make any sort of changes, I want your feedback. What are your guys' thoughts if because as of now, you get a lead that comes in overnight, the expectation is you're gonna call by 10. I think 10 is too late. Right?
It really depends, because sometimes if someone is surfing late and the lead comes in.
Right, you don't wanna call too
during the
early.
night, right, you know that they're on late. So
That's
I
true.
try to wait until like
It's like a decent
9:45 before I call them.
Okay.
Because I have had people say, oh, you woke me up.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I've done with that, like if I've looked and I see that like a Los Angeles number or something like that is posted to 7, dial 9 o'clock in the morning, I'll send them a, hi, how can I help you email first? Send that out first and see if they give that a little bit of time, and then I'll do the phone call a little bit later on, if I see it on the West Coast.
So I guess, at the end of the day, I think you guys need to kind of use your best judgment, because Howard, I agree. And I also agree with you, Michael, that if it is, different time zone and all that. So I think we ought to use our best judgment, but use your best judgment knowing through the filter of speed to lead, right? It's like an absolute, like lead industry is a huge multi-billion-dollar industry. Many studies have been done. And they all say the same thing, which is that the faster you communicate with your leads, the better. So I'll let you guys, it's your businesses. Remember that, like these policies and these guidelines that we have exist to help us all succeed. But I want you guys to kind of take ownership over what do you think is the best thing to do? Should you wait until 10? Obviously, you shouldn't wait until after that. That's like the absolute, I would say, latest time, but you really shouldn't ever have a new lead. I think 10 AM is absolutely the latest.
Most of the time people will message me and say, oh, this lead I noticed is in California, I'm gonna call them later, and I'm like, that's fine.
Cool. Thank you, Howard. Okay, thanks, guys. That's it.
Is it?
Thank you so much. Sorry?
For everybody.